GEFT ambassadors set off to visit some of the most outstanding places in England to learn about the importance of going green and sustaining the environment.
Now, the National Green Essay Competition winners keep learning and learning. They've been to many places in the United Kingdom. It's been a fantastic experience for them. It's difficult to quantify what these young Nigerians have learned and they can take back to Nigeria and offer the country. Where we are now is EDF Energy, one of the UK's largest producer of energy. In fact, it is the largest producer of low carbon energy. And it's unbelievable the kind of science and technology that they have put into their production that makes it possible to produce very clean energy. So they are here again to learn new things that can be tremendously beneficial to them.
A few years to actually grow, but people in the future will
reduce CO2 emissions, we can do the thing called carbon capture, which is where we actually use rocks to take carbon from the atmosphere, and we can store it in the ground, bury it, to actually try and reduce it. But you can't create more ice. At the moment, scientists have recently put out a study that the area of the Antarctica, so the South Pole, not the North Pole, is actually increasing in size. So it's increasing in surface area, so it's getting larger, but we don't know whether it's getting thicker, whether it's getting thinner, because it could just be spreading out and it's actually getting thinner. So there's still less ice, but it's covering a larger area. The reason we say 4 degrees, you probably hear 4 degrees, is the amount that the temperature is going to go up, is because once it gets to 4 degrees, if the temperature goes up by 4 degrees globally, then beyond that point we can't do anything. It's only going to get higher. So if it hits 4 degrees higher, that's it. That's game over, basically.
They sat in small groups to take tests on how to reduce energy costs, visited the exhibition rooms, and got the rare privilege of entering the nuclear energy production facility, but cameras were shut out. Next up is the Crystal, owned by technology company Siemens. The Crystal is Siemens' prototype of the future self-sustaining city.
Right at the heart of Royal Victoria, London, is the Crystal, home to the world's largest exhibition on sustainability. Siemens is answering questions like, how do we save the earth? How do we renew energy? These are questions answered in this building. The GEFT ambassadors are here. If there's anywhere in the world they can learn about the environment, it's this place.
Their tour guide is Olayemi Akinuga, a Nigerian who works at the Crystal.
All the screens in this exhibition are quite self-interactive, so you can actually come back here and touch on the screens and get more information about that. But I'm not going to go into that, but after the tour, if you've got more time, you can come back here and explore to get more information. Yeah. So where we are right now is called Smart Building, and this part of the exhibition looks into different ways we can improve our building to make our building more sustainable. So on here, we've got 3 screens here. They're actually games, but you can also learn a lot, start playing this game as well. So this one here, you can actually build a house for warm climate. This one here, you can build a house for cold climate. And this one, I mean, when you look at that, when you choose this one, it was F, but when you chose this one, the rating changed from F to E. So which makes it better. So the more you choose the better stuff for the building, the more
controls allow households to use energy efficiently, heating rooms according to their function and when they're occupied.
For cities to assess their environmental performance across 8 categories.
So on here, we can actually look at different continents to see what they're doing to sustainable. So you can look at Europe, you can obviously that's been choose for this part here. So you can actually see how Lagos is doing compared to other cities in Africa. So like I said to you, we only have some few cities in Africa, not all of it. So it actually gives you a ranking of overall of within this country, like which one is more sustainable. So as you can see, Lagos falls in there, I think, 9th. So
second to the last.
Second to the exactly. So this is just overall, but individually, if you want to know what city is best for what, for example, what city's got more sustainable transport. So Cairo is more the energy is more sustainable. Yeah, go on. This building was opened 3 years ago, just right after the Olympic, 2012, London 2012. So it's placed here, it's going to be here for 10 years. It's just to educate people on the things we need to do for our cities. And as we all know, our city is becoming really, really not too sustainable right now. So it's put here just to let people aware of all the current issues affecting the cities and also what we can do to make our city a better place for us to live in. To be honest with you, there's quite a lot they can learn from here. Because I'm from a Nigerian background myself, and I've been to Nigeria a couple of times myself, and I see some things we can do for our city, especially Lagos, which is the second most biggest city in Nigeria. And this exhibition looks at different ways for example, energy. As we all know, solar panels, for example. As we all know, we've got a lot of sunshine in Nigeria, and if we start thinking about how to invest in solar panels, and we need to look for ways to make sure things are running smoothly. I'm quite aware one of the biggest issues we're facing in Lagos is our transport, which is, there's loads of traffic, and we have to look for ways to make this more sustainable, which is encouraging more people to use other means of transport apart from just using cars. So people have to start think bigger, like maybe riding bikes or maybe even walking or just using public transport in general, and also for the government to invest in more technology that can, maybe traffic lights, just to make the traffic flow more frequently.
I can't imagine being in this place in Nigeria, seriously. It's so environmentally friendly.
There are about thousands of solar panels on this building that actually collect solar power, and that during the day now, they usually use solar energy. That is, the glasses here are for taking in more sunlight, so they make use of less electricity here.
The ambassadors also had some fun playing some energy-related games at the Crystal.
Yes, I'm trying. Yes.